There are very few films that I've seen in my lifetime that capture the essence of what makes the world so special to me in particular. And I think Peanut Butter Falcon joins this small elite club. The Peanut Butter Falcon is an absolute win and deserves to be talked about as one of the best films of the year. I'm Hay, and this is my review for The Peanut Butter Falcon.
Wrestling school and become a badass.
That's what he wants to do with the rest of his life.
Yes, it is.
The Peanut Butter Falcon comes to us from writer-director duo Tyler Nilson and Michael Schwartz, and centers around our main protagonist Zach running away from his foster care home to follow his dreams of being a professional wrestler. This film is the feature acting debut of Zach Gottsagen, who is the linchpin to making this such a powerful film. Without his performance that grabs you in the first act, there would definitely be something missing here. It's Gottsagen's chemistry with Shia LaBeouf that elevates this to a higher tier. LaBeouf is absolutely stellar and is tasked with a lot of complexity that he pulls off excellently. Similar to how Joaquin Phoenix followed his I'm Still Here phase with some of the best performances of the decade, Shia LaBeouf is on a similar run post the Just Do It phase, and there's definitely something that needs to be explored about these actors going through a period in their life that way. Additionally, the main ensemble includes Dakota Johnson, Bruce Dern, and Thomas Hayden Church, who are all great. There is not a single cast member that isn't on their game. I'll talk about a few gripes I had before completely gushing about this film. For a couple scenes, there's bad CGI, or at least it looks that way. It was only noticeable twice, and then all the other scenes were fine. It just sort of stood out comparatively. Secondly, there's a conversation that's really moving, that's shot reverse shot in the most generic way possible, and it could have just been filmed as a conversation with the two of them, and it is most of the time. It only was distracting in this particular case, but again, the dialogue's quite good, so it wasn't completely distracting. Lastly, I think they could have reworked the ending slightly to push this even higher for me. But anyway, those are the very few negatives I have to say. Let's go into what made this film so exceptional to me. I think the setting helps a whole lot. These are characters I find really fascinating, and the film just drops you into this world without providing you with any explanation of the characters. Even when there is certain development, it feels very natural to the story. Also, this technically is a period piece set in what seems to be the 90s, maybe early 2000s, and there's a couple of key things that very much give that away. The story itself is one I found myself completely invested in fairly early on. There are several events that I just sat there thinking, I can't believe they're able to capture this in a film in the best way possible. This is a directorial debut, and man oh man is it an impressive one. I will note that I'm probably not the best to talk on this point, but I thought this film handled a character with Down syndrome really well and had a lot of important things to say about that aspect of the film, especially when Tyler and Zach are bonding. There are so many moments that are so triumphant that made this such a beautiful experience. It could have easily come off as cheap, but the way they handle each individual moment with such care makes for a film that is full to the brim with joyous fun.
What's rule number one?
Party?
No, not party.
I'm giving the Peanut Butter Falcon a 9.2 out of 10. For those keeping track at home, yes, this is the same score I gave The Farewell, and no, I can't pick which is my favorite at the moment, and you can't make me. I'm shocked how my top 5 is shaking out right now, as there's 4 films that I hadn't even heard of prior to 2019, as this was a recommendation Blake sent me, and honestly, I thought he was just messing with me because he is a huge fan of Shia LaBeouf, but thanks again for sort of putting this on my radar. And then the only other film I wasn't excited for at all. So it's been a weird year, but I think it's slowly winning me over a little bit, especially with these small indie releases. Anyway, check out this film if you can. It's not in wider release yet at the moment, but if you're in a big city, then please go check out this masterful experience. It's definitely worth your time. Also, I am fully embracing of the year of Shia now, and very, very excited for Honey Boy.
Name.
Falcon! Peanut Butter Falcon!